Hi everyone, it's Deanna. I have a video to share with you. Last week I made a dining room table bench and it turned out amazing. In the video you will see that I kind of just randomly take materials from my house, my garage, and create a beautiful bench with them. We like this bench so much that I might make one for the other side of the table. If I do that, I will be able to provide you with a more detailed materials list, because I know what I need, and I want to, if I do make one, I'm gonna make it to match the one that I made. It's really cool, it works out great for our family, and I'm super proud of this project, and I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, please leave them and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, enjoy the video and have a great day. Take care, bye. Okay, so I have determined that these crates from top to bottom are about 18 inches. So they are actually gonna work just like this. I'm going to attach it here and then flip it over, and then I'll upholster this, or I might just attach some old wood planks to it to make it look old and sand it down and varnish it. But I'm gonna go ahead and get to work on that. I think I'm going to actually rip this too with my table saw to make it a little bit thinner, because my boys don't have that big of butts, so they don't need all this room. Or I could actually put these in the middle like that, so it gives it, you know, it balances it out. But I have realized that I can only fit 4 of these across, which is gonna give it plenty of stability. I tried to put the ones that were drawn on and had stickers on the inside, so you won't see that. So on the sides, you'll see this nice clean crate on each end. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next. I'll go ahead and pause the video for a while and get set up. Attach these crates to my bench top, I'm going to paint it this beautiful blue. I think it's called Voyage by Behr. is I actually attached the crates to the bottom side of my bench top. I first placed the end crates, marked them where I wanted them to be. I think it's like an inch in the front and in the back, and then about 1.25 inches on each side. And then once I had those in position, I measured the distance between the crates, the two end crates, and I think that was like 35. And these two crates put together are 25, so I had 10 extra inches. So what I did was divide that by 3 so I could get this space in between. And that was like 3 3/4, or no, I'm sorry, 3 1/3. And so I just measured that out with my ruler to kind of space that equally. And that was it. And then I'm attaching them with screws. Next, I will show you it flipped over, and then I'm gonna decide what I want to do with the top. I have material over here. Please excuse my messy workshop. I have old wood that I could cut, sand, stain, and I also have a queen size mat that I bought from a garage sale a long time ago for like $3. Yeah, I have to figure out if I want to upholster it or if I'm gonna put wood on it. We'll see. So I'll get back to you. Here is the bench. I have a piece of old wood on it, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use wood just because this is going to be at the dining room table. And if the boys make a mess, I won't get so mad if it's upholstered and has a nice fabric on it. It would be easier to upholster it, but it's not gonna look that nice for very long with my boys. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting and sanding these old pieces of wood. So as you can see, the bench is coming together like a puzzle. What I do is with these scrap pieces of wood, I'm gonna sand them and stain them and paint them and all that good stuff. But for now, I just figure out where they can go. Like, it's almost like a puzzle. And then like this one, I marked it because this is no good here. So I'll cut it here, and then I'll mark it underneath right here because it hangs off the edge too much. And then I'll just rip that piece of wood in a spot perfectly. I hope you can see that. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do next. I'm going to cut this wood here. So let me set this up on the tripod. And you can see my table saw there. So here I don't know if you can see that, but I marked underneath the, this was hanging over the edge of my bench. So I'm going to just take the saw and run it down this line, and we'll see if we have a good fit. Okay, so here is the bench. I just put the old wood on it. I sanded it. Now it's ready to be stained or painted. I think I'm also gonna do a skirt around the whole edge. Right here. Right along here I'm gonna do a skirt. That way you can't see these two pieces of wood and it'll be covered and have a more finished look. So, but that's going to be it. I'll update when I can. So I'm gonna show you how easy it is to apply these stains. And this is stain that I actually had for my kids' outdoor play set. So it's waterproof, water resistant. It's just a good stain. I'm only using it because it's what I have. I like to do projects with stuff that I have instead of going out and spending money on buying stuff. So this is going to have to work. What I'm going to do is paint this on kind of, and then go back and add some other colors and sand more to give it more of a weathered look with different colors incorporated into the palette. But the reason why I like doing projects like this is because there is not a perfect way to do it for me, at least. I just do what I feel in my heart and what I like, you know. It's not about being perfect. I have 5 kids who destroy stuff anyway, so It's just about getting good use out of the materials that I already have or that I can pick up at garage sales or thrift stores, and using them to repurpose and benefit my family. When I'm done and I take this into my kitchen, to my dining room, I'll show you why I was wanting a bench, the kind of narrow walkway between my dining room table and my kitchen island and the stools and stuff. But I would eventually like to redo my dining room table just because it is a little bit too conservative for me. It reminds me of like a boardroom or conference table. So I would like to give it some more character. So this will give it a little bit of character for now, I guess, having an oddball bench and not the perfect little dining room chairs that it came with. So see how I missed some spots? That's okay, because I am gonna go back once it's dry and sand it. But for now, I am going to make dinner. I'll be back later to sand it and maybe add some blue in there or some white, we'll see. But it's looking good. I think the kids will enjoy it and it'll work good. Plus we have the bonus. I might actually paint the inside of those or stain them, but I don't know, I kind of want to keep it on the light side. That way, it doesn't darken my kitchen too much. But anyways, I have to go make dinner. See you later. So before I go on, I want to show you what I'm doing now. So when I attached the plywood to the crates, I had about an inch or so overhang, remember? And then this is the scrap wood, plywood. And then I ended up finding this in the garage, which fit perfectly. I put it just along the top of the crates, just for more security. And to hide these 3 pieces of wood, I put the scrap wood on top of that. So it looks something like this. You see, this is how it looked before, these 2 pieces, and then just this. So I'm gonna actually bring it this way too, and attach another piece of scrap wood for like a skirting effect. And it'll give it more stability because it joins the crates again along the back of it. So this is my next piece that I'm putting on here. Just like that, I just have to cut it, mark it and cut it. And then I should be able to use the rest of this for the side, hopefully. But yeah, I'm getting there, it's almost done. It's looking good. Bench in the house. Just because I wanted to see how it looked in the area with the way that I've been staining it and painting it and so forth. And it looks a lot more rustic than I intended it to look. But I'm working on that. So what I found out is the crates here were still a little bit wobbly. Not wobbly, just, not as sure-footed. So I had this scrap piece of wood here. This is actually scrap wood from an old frame, picture frame. You see that? See, it has this like groove system going on. But it was a big rectangle frame like this, I think, that my husband tore apart because he wasn't using it anymore, but he kept the wood. So I'm actually just cutting it to size. I'm making sure it starts and ends, where one of these are. And I'm just drilling it down into the crate itself, this bottom part, which is nice and sturdy. Not on these little slats, because these are very thin and not very sturdy. So I just have a couple more to do, and I'm also gonna do the sides like that once I get that cut, and then I'll paint them blue as well. So that's where I am. In a little bit I'll flip it over and put it upright and show you what that looks like. Okay everybody, so here is the bench that I've been working on for 2 days. It turned out pretty good. Everything that I used was already in my home, and actually the only thing that I purchased was wood filler, and that was to fill some of the random holes on the crates and on top, and you know, some of the nail holes in the skid, the pallet wood. And it turned out pretty good. I did end up painting the whole crate that Voyage color, and I stained and painted the bottom a little bit, kind of washed in some blue in there. But I'm gonna put baskets in there, some kind of storage. And this is the other side. Looks good. I see some things I have to touch up, but for the most part, it looks good and it's gonna do its job. Let's see, this is the kind of the narrow walkway that I was telling you about. So when these big chairs were here, every time I had, you know, it was hard to squeeze through there if somebody was sitting there and somebody was sitting there. So I think this will work better. And I can actually scooch it in a little bit more and get it out of my way. Let me see how far to go in these chairs. Sorry. It's pretty heavy too now.